Why is Black Ops 7's multiplayer so damn good? Right now, Black Ops 7 is one of the most hated games on the planet right now, and it is losing sales really badly compared to Battlefield 6. But honestly, does it deserve the hate? I don't think so. I think that Black Ops 7 is the best multiplayer we've had since Black Ops 4. That was all the way back in like 2018. And here's why. So first off, let's just start off with all the negatives of the multiplayer. And really, there aren't much. So first of all, I mean, of course, there's no pick 10 system, and a lot of the systems are similar to Black Ops 6 with the class system. It's still just, you pick like a ton of random attachments and stuff, and then you have also that, thing where you can select perks, and if you have the same colors they combine together and you get special abilities. But now we also have overclocks, and overall it is a good system, but pick 10 would have just been better. I don't really care that much about it, so it's not a huge issue to me, but I can completely understand for somebody why the pick 10 issue would be a problem. And probably the other biggest issue that's going on right now is the skill-based matchmaking. So of course, Black Ops 7 is the first COD since Modern Warfare 2019 to finally remove skill-based matchmaking. Now obviously it's still there, it's minimally considered, but it's just like the OG system, and they have a separate mode if you want to use skill-based matchmaking, which nobody's playing, let's be honest. But the issue with it right now is that I do feel like it's still pretty powerful. They need to nerf it down a bit, because I am getting into pretty sweaty lobbies, and it is being a little bit weird. The first 3 days of the game's release, the skill-based matchmaking was freaking crazy. There was sweats everywhere. It was crazy. It was more hard than the beta, and the beta is usually when there's more sweats, because obviously you need to pre-order the game or get a code to even play the beta early. So the fact that the beta was less sweaty than the first 3 days when usually casuals get the game is crazy work. Now Treyarch did make tweets confirming that the open matchmaking is the exact same since the beta. It's the same, where skill is minimally considered, but they worded it very weird, and they're just not really doing any rebuttaling and refuting any of the claims people make about skill-based matchmaking still being there. And it's still there. There's still a protective bracket for new players. If you make a new account right now on your Xbox and you play, you will be matched with other level 1s. This is proven. Everyone has proved it. Even if you go on your main account, you will see that you will be matched with people in like Prestige 1 and like around your same level area. But the skill-based matchmaking in this game is a lot more nerfed, because I think it mostly just goes by level and stuff, a little bit by skill, but it's not as crazy as before, and you can still get into matches pretty fast. Like some matches took 5 or 10 seconds, and some took like max 30 seconds. So it's a little bit weird right now. I think Treyarch needs to fully make a tweet, explaining what's going on and everything, because it does feel weird. And then there are some matches where I'm in a sweaty lobby and I leave because it's so sweaty, and the game puts me straight back into that lobby. Yeah, it could be because my connection there is the best, but still, that ain't great. But besides that, the skill-based matchmaking is 1,000 times better than any of the other games that we've had in recent years, and it is just enough that I'm still gonna have good matches where I can go against new players. They're still gonna be sweaty, but they're going to be a lot less, harder to deal with than the crazy skill-based matchmaking players in BO6. And then you will have some of those lobbies where you get crushed. Now, that's pretty much the negatives I can think of right now. I'm in the honeymoon phase right now, and I really do think this multiplayer is great. So let's get into the best things about this multiplayer. So obviously, the first thing that I love about this multiplayer are the maps. The maps are freaking amazing in this game. These are the best maps we've had since like BO3. I think they rival some of the BO4 maps too, because they are just so damn good. This is the first Call of Duty game where I can actually remember maps, and I can actually remember some of their names. Like I know Blackheart, I know Homestead, I know all the other maps too. I know their names, I know what they look like, and that is just something you would not expect to see in the recent COD years because of just how mid the maps have been. And yeah, it is one of the first CODs that I can actually remember the names of maps and the layouts and everything. And it goes back to the traditional 3-style lane map, and I'm not opposed to that. I still think that would be cool if we get some maps here and there that just completely change the way it is, but if they're done right. Black Ops 6 had a terrible way of just making all the maps small and just changing the layout in a really bad way. I still think it can be done, but I think it's fine if they're just gonna play it safe and go for 3-lane maps. They also brought a few remasters back, like Raid, Hijacked, and Express. And I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the remakes. I just think they're the worst maps in this game. We've seen them so many times in other COD games, and don't get me wrong, they're amazing maps. But the fact that we've seen them in almost every single year for Black Ops is just it makes me burnt out. I just don't want to play these maps. I think they're the worst in this game as well because of the wall jumping. They just don't play well. The system just doesn't fit. And I think Treyarch took a bit of an L by not changing the layout of the maps a bit to match wall running or the wall jump, because that's what they did in Black Ops 3, where in Skyjacked, that version of Hijack, some of the parts of the map just had empty spaces where you were forced to wall one, and it made you use the game's mechanics. It made the map fit that whole theme of the game. But this one is just like they just literally took the map from Black Ops 2 and put it in Black Ops 7, and it works in Express. I think that's probably the best remake because you can jump from the trains and stuff. But in the other two maps, Raid and Express, Raid and Hijacked, I just don't like it. And the same thing with Nuketown. I think it's gonna be the same issue because these maps weren't built for the wall jump. As for the other maps, we got 16 new maps. Some of them I don't like here and there, but like 90% of them are freaking amazing. And I think the ones that we got in the beta, the 4 maps in the beta, were freaking amazing. And those are my favorite maps because they were clearly built for the mechanics of Black Ops 7. There's areas where you're forced to jump with your wall jump, and it is freaking amazing, man. And the fact that skill-based matchmaking is gone, and that even though it's still somewhat there and there is a bit of things in the community going on right now, you can still find lobbies where it's super less sweaty and you can have a really enjoyable time. Besides the maps being amazing and skill-based matchmaking being good, the weapons themselves are pretty great. The one disappointment is, again, the weapons. They're using the same Modern Warfare engine. We've been in the same engine for years, and it feels like Black Ops 6. I just don't like the engine. I wish Treyarch could just go back to more of a super arcadey engine, like Black Ops 3 was like the best engine, and the guns in that game were so freaking good in terms of their feeling. This one, still, with what they had to work with, they feel great. The guns feel great. The movement feels good. It feels solid. There's a lot of returning weapons. They just renamed them, but they're basically the same thing. Like, we have the AK-47. We have like this one sniper from Black Ops 4, a few SMGs from Black Ops 2 and 4. A lot of guns from Black Ops 2. There's like the M8A1. It's just renamed. There's also new weapons too that fit this game that I really like. Like, there's the RPG. The RPG is like this laser RPG. It's really cool. They have a shotgun that you can hold down, like a charged shotgun. It's ass, but it's still cool. I like how they made new weapons that specifically match the theme for this game, rather than just repurposing so many weapons like in Black Ops 6. Even though, yes, they are repurposing them, I like how they have some new weapons for this game. There's also that new melee weapon that's like an electrical baton. Pretty cool. And honestly, man, the weapons are great. Besides the weapons as well, you have so much to grind for in this multiplayer. You can prestige all your weapons to level 250, which takes forever, but man, if you want to do it, you can do that. If you don't like the camera grind and you want to just grind out one weapon, you can do that, and you get amazing rewards for it. Some of the weapons give you Black Ops 2 OG camos like Weaponized 115, Afterlife, Bacon, that one Dragon camo, and so much more. And it's so refreshing to see that these are universal camos. So if I unlock Weaponized 115 for prestiging one of my weapons to 250, I can use that camo on any weapon. It's not like it's a fucking blueprint that I can only use on that weapon. Thank God it's a camo that you can use on any weapon. And besides that, you have the camo grind, which they nerfed a bit, so that's just 80 headshots. It just makes it more enjoyable and fun. And I really hope they don't just make a 24/7 playlist and everyone just plays that and all the other maps just become dead, because I really do love the maps in this game, and I want people to experience them and be forced to play them, rather than just playing Nuketown and whatever Stakeout, whatever the frick they make as another small map. But yeah, there's a lot to grind for in this game. Another good thing is the operators. They're a lot more grounded, realistic. I still would have wished they fully committed to it, give us full-on milsim ones, and they could have just give us more team operators. I miss how in Black Ops 2 you had one team, which would be your good team or whatever, good guys. They all look like kind of David Mason and stuff, wearing this outfit right here that I'm showing. And then on the bad guys, you had the ones with Raul Menendez, and they were wearing this outfit right here, and they had like the camo red pants. It was just really cool. I wish that they could bring that back in some sort of way, but honestly, the way that they've done it so far, it's pretty good. I like how they're keeping it grounded. Even some of the prestige operators, some of them do go like a little bit there, like the Dempsey one, but it's still relatively grounded. I really like the operators and how they're handling in this game. Seasonal content looks good as well. We're getting season 1 in like literally 2 weeks, so there's so much more content coming for all the modes, for zombies, multiplayer, and I'm assuming endgame will get some stuff too. There's a lot to play. There's a lot to do. We're already getting Nuketown tomorrow on Friday, so that's another new map. Even though it's repurposed, still it's a new map. I bet you every week we should be getting new maps, because obviously Treyarch is freaking out right now because of Battlefield and Arc Raiders. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot to grind for. This game is extremely fun multiplayer wise. If you are a multiplayer guy, I would 1000% recommend buying Black Ops 7 for the multiplayer, because you will have an amazing time. There is so much to do in this multiplayer. It is so much fun, and the fact that skill-based matchmaking is gone makes it 1,000,000 times better. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and peace.